Okay. What should I do with you? Kaisar holds his dagger to my chest with a cruel glint in his eyes. Cold metal grazes my undergarment, and my heart starts beating faster. He slides the blade under the fabric, the cold flat side of the weapon touching my skin. A chill runs up my spine. Please don't do that. Why didn't you know I didn't kill Vita, don't you? What a stupid question. Of course I knew that. Do I get no reward for coming to protect you after everyone's abandoned you to become a hunter's meal? He takes the dagger back and a sigh of relief escapes me. Rislin, my love. Tell me you'll be mine and I'll let you live. What? What? Seriously? Nash, you close your ears. You can't hear this. Don't eat my heart. It already belongs to you. Now that I've seen your true colors, I would never be yours. Now, can't be that. Apologize for everything you did to me or I'll break your teeth when I get out of here. I'll be yours. Don't eat my heart. It already belongs to you. Did you do all this crap just so you can say that? I really like this one. But, I kind of like just I'll be yours. I don't know. This one's just way too... I don't know. I don't like that one. That one's way too just... Yeah, I'll be yours. I can't believe you are so agreeable. You may think there are reasons to be angry with me, dear, but you have to understand. Setting you up was the best way to maintain peace. I know you're not a killer, but the real one was too dangerous to confront. I'm not even sure who it is. But I know this. If you, Ron, and Leona attacked Bane, Jania, and their pet clown, I wouldn't bet any money on the good guys. You might win, but I wouldn't bet on it. We need to be smart, not fair. We have you here. Gives us more time to figure things out, to plan our following steps. Do you think I should be out of here figuring things out with the rest of you? But I wanted to participate. I did not agree to be here. I understand. Yes, Kaisar, you're probably right, as always. I don't know if No, listen. I'm pretty sure we're squarely on Kaisar's route, so I think I can kind of just be like, push him back a little bit now. Did not want to agree to be here. Shh. We would have ended up condemned if not you. Leona. Do you think she'd surrender? Even though there's a high probability she's the killer, we wouldn't be able to force her into those shackles. Bane, Jania, their fated minstrel pet? Trying to prove anything against that team might have been a death sentence. And if for some reason everyone turned on me, well, I would not have been so resilient to a brutal attack from Leona as you were. By the way, dear, how are you feeling? Well, I don't feel the wound anymore, but my arms hurt and I'm cold. Good as long as you're not in my face. There's no need to respond to that. You know I'm gonna respond. This one. Ow. Would it help if I held your arms up for a while? Kaisar reaches for my wrists. I shudder when he grasps my bracers. I agree with Leona when she threw you in here because I knew you'd survive. What? You must have had worse. Now I have a deal with our dear friend Ron. He and I are to keep a double watch over you. Whenever Leona or one of those other goons decide it's their turn to guard you, we will watch them from the shadows. That's what I am doing. I saw Jania fail her guard duty, and here I am. You should be grateful to me. I'm not gonna kill him. It is as I suspected. He actually planned this to get me in here to protect me. Well, us, I guess. You heard nothing, BB10. Nothing. Okay, grateful for yelling. The Raven Girl, move over so I can slap you. Oh, I was under the impression you came here to hurt me. 0 out of 10 story. I am grateful. Okay, I think I'm gonna say that one. As I said, Ron agreed to help me protect you, but it took some persuading. You've completely disappointed him by tricking him, giving him hope of courting a proper lady, which you'll never be, and by simply being yourself. After Leona chained and shackled you, Ron opened up to me about his fragile feelings. Oh boy. Oh boy. Are we gonna see it? I wanted to marry her. Clearly, she isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. What? Damn it, Ron! But I was willing to put up with her nonsense. She is pretty enough. What other qualities could I hope for? Oh my god, really? You're talking me up like this? But being a Demonheart, I don't want to imagine what unforgivable crimes she must have committed. I could never present a partner of such an ill nature to my family. If anyone in a position of authority learned about her, they would strip me of everything I have worked for my entire life. I've wasted the past year and 6.5 months waiting for the wrong person. If you can't accept her, there are those of us who can. Oh boy! He just went in for it. After that, I reminded him that we need to protect you. He asked me to take the first watch, so he could go and have some sweet dreams. At least he's still able to sleep after Leona attacked you, knowing of your pain and suffering in this damp hole. Resilience is important in a soldier, isn't it? As well as an unstoppable drive to take care of himself first. Oh, he's trying to turn me against Ron, but that's okay, because fuck that guy. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to cuss. I keep forgetting. Goldfishy brain. I didn't know he wanted to marry me. He should have said something. I don't want to talk about Ron. Did he really say he waited for me for a year and 6.5 months? Yeah, seriously. Huh? That's what I thought he said. Maybe it was 1.5 years. Kaiser, you don't have to invent these things. Ron stands no chance with me. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh? It's not that I'm inventing. He did say something of the sort at some point. I thought it was irritating. At any rate, that little dream is over now. In the end, the only ally you have left is yours truly. Now that everyone's aware of your heart's nature, you couldn't go back home even if we were free. It will take careful work for you to avoid arrest by the Royal Army. And no one out there gives a damn about you, Birdie. Still, got me to keep you warm. The thought of you suspended on those chains wouldn't let you rest. Or it wouldn't let me rest. You see, I am a good man. You are a good man? The thought of eating my heart. The thought of molesting me. Do I look good in chains? What? Thank you for watching over me. I couldn't stop thinking about you either, about the way you betrayed me. I kept asking myself why. Yeah, we're going that way. I did not betray you, Rislin. It may have appeared so, and that suits us. If I had alerted you beforehand, you would have acted too calm, and therefore suspicious. You don't want to be publicly associated with me, although everyone hates you, so you and I have become the same. It's only logical we should be getting along, Of course, Chudah in the brains. That is actually a great name. I would take it for a band. Oh, so you have come to realize, gods know, you need all the help you can get with your cursed luck. Now, someone else might make a better use of you by consuming your heart, but I'd rather have you whole. We could give each other alibis. We can outlive Bane at the very least. Why don't... Okay, I do want to be allies. Why are you still trying to convince me? Perhaps I'm too accustomed to being met with hatred and rejection. But you were a rare kind. Seems you know better than to anger me. After all, it's a dangerous place. We are all enemies. Except for those who sleep together. Bane is the big brute guy. The guy, the bald brute guy that I have to do the really, like, low voice for. The one who's banging Jania. Kaisar creeps closer to me, his body hovering above mine. He leans down to whisper in my ear. Vita won't be the last victim. There's a lot of bad blood here, and the remaining 4 days are plenty of time for everyone to croak. When our little bandit went out to die, she left you alone and defenseless. You were not the only one with the responsibility that night. She was supposed to watch over you as well, and for whatever reason, she failed you. His words, his plans and explanations, everything turns into a blur when I feel his hot breath on my neck. Oh, no! Okay, I'm sorry, BB10. I thought it was just gonna be a kiss. I really did. Sleep with me, and you'll be covered. Enough, you're going to regret ever meeting me. No, I can't stop this. Stare at him indecisively. I'll do anything you want. Yes! I have to get out of this somehow. No, should I just stare at him indecisively? No. I gotta kiss! Where did Trevor go when I need him? Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save in case this is... Alright. Yes, you will, Birdie. And you'll start right away. Oh boy. Close your eyes, BB10. Kaisar tangles his fingers in my hair, tugging at it until I tilt my head and expose my neck to him. He draws closer and I feel his tongue snaking along the length of my neck. His lips travel sideways. Oh my god. Shit. His lips travel sideways to my shoulder, brushing against the curve before he bites down on me, pushing me harder against the wall. I yelp from the sun and pain. He hums contentedly, enjoying himself. That's right, Birdie. Sing for me. We're going to have such a good time together. Kaisar's eyes are restless and searching, his lips parted as he moves to face me. I am drawn to the warmth of his body, desperate for the escape that he offers. Oh my god! I didn't think we would be doing this, BB10. I'm sorry! His hand gently grasps my chin, angling my face toward him. He hesitates for a moment, and I can't stand the tension. I close the distance between us, pressing my lips against his. Well, at least we have a kiss. His eyes widen in surprise, and I feel the erratic beating of his heart against mine. Oh, he's having a good time, clearly. Suddenly, Kaisar spins around to face the dark hallway, as if he had just heard something. Alright, so it was just a kiss. Just a kiss. No, the cops aren't coming. They just kissed. But it was a pretty steamy kiss, I have to admit. In a moment, I also hear it, a distant sound of heavy boots growing louder, running until we see Leona burst down the stairs with her sword drawn and a look of fury on her face. Her eyes widen as she observes Kaisar, who starts getting up. Step away from the prisoner. Well, this place sure is bustling in the middle of the night. What are you doing here? Were you about to attack her? What? Only if you count it as an attack on her dignity. Revolting. In a better world, both criminals and Demonhearts would be eliminated before creating such repulsive displays. Did you call me a criminal? Sneak into the crypt at night with dubious intentions toward the prisoner. My opinion of you could hardly sink any lower. It's not your turn to guard her, so why are you here? Looking over Kaiser and then me, Leona decides to sheathe her sword. To prevent any misconduct of precisely this manner. How did you know Jania left? I did not. I had a premonition. An ill feeling that seemed to draw me out of my bed, almost like a wind. My thoughts drifted back to the prisoner, and I knew where I had to go. A feeling had to wake you up and interrupt me? Why is Jania not here? It was her that I ordered to keep watch. What do you mean why you do this, Leona? I thought you wanted her to kill me. Okay, she was worried she would fall asleep and that wouldn't serve either of us. She ran off sometime after this year's visit. She abandoned me. I'm so glad you came, Leona, to make him leave. No, she was worried she'd fall asleep. Wonderful. If the royal soldiers held to such an impeccable logic before performing their duties, we would all be speaking Beitosi. After this display of incompetence, I wouldn't even let that woman watch over sheep. As for you, librarian worm, you have no place being here. Will you kill both of us? What was the purpose of coming down here with your sword drawn? As I have said, my sword is a measure of protection. Like the time Rislin was running and you slashed her back and almost killed her. Enough! She is a Demonheart, so she didn't die. What would have happened if she wasn't? Why were you kneeling in front of her? Rislin was still crying from the way you mistreated her. I was wiping off her tears. Drinking my tears, more like. I wasn't crying. We were only talking. Kaiser is telling the truth. We were only talking. No, Kaiser's telling the truth. What are you saying, spawn of hell? That was clearly not what this scoundrel was doing. He was up to something sinful. Were you not sickened by his proximity? Does this mean you somehow summoned this wretch to be your servant through unholy magic? Servant? I am merely a compassionate human being, unlike some. You've made this girl suffer for too long, without any proof of her guilt. Why would you forsake sleep to guard this one? You agreed that she murdered her roommate like the vilest of fiends. Was she not left without a guard? Then you should thank me, instead of giving me hell for it. Enough of your schemes, wretch. There are precious few I trust in this forsaken place, and you are not among them. No matter if you pretend to agree with my measures. You will leave the crypt and summon Ron. I wager you know how to find him, since he now favors your venom over my company. Kaiser hesitates to move, and Leona paces the hall nervously. What? No, it was just a kiss. Oh my god. You didn't even get a kiss CG. You didn't even get a kiss CG. Now I'm upset. Where's my kiss CG? She walks up the stairs, but turns around to throw him an expectant look. In a hurry, Kaiser crouches before me and starts whispering. You and I weren't doing anything inappropriate. I promised Ron I would guard you, and that's what I did. But when Leona gives him her twisted version of events, she'll make it sound horrible. Yes, you did. Trevor, I absolutely apologize, but you missed the kissing, and you missed BB10 freaking the fuck out. Alright, anyways. Tell him she's lying. Don't say the wrong thing, or you'll be responsible for my death, Rislin. Please. I will enjoy your death. You should have thought of that before you came here to assault me. Does your lack of shame know no bounds? You're asking me to cover for you. Alright, don't worry about it. But if we say Leona lied, that would make it look like she was plotting against the rest of us. That's true. Alright, don't worry about it, though. You'll do it. Kaiser, slither out on your own, or I will use bloody force. He obeys, sneering as he walks past Leona. She trails him up the stairs, her eyes never leaving his back. Even when the sounds of his footsteps fade away, Leona remains on the steps. She lingers in the darkness, in silent vigil, her silhouette taunting me from a place just beyond my reach. She has no intention of speaking with me. I feel her tension through the space between us. Could it be she really came to visit me due to a premonition? What was that intuition about? Was it to protect me from Kaiser? I didn't want to be protected. Still, was guarding me really her intention? Or did she only come up with it when she realized I was not alone? She could have killed us both if she desired, but I suppose murdering 2 people would be more difficult to cover up than just one. If she destroyed my heart, my body would turn to dust without a trace of how I died. Kaiser is not a Demonheart, and the others find his body with a big sword wound. Perhaps that is not something Leona would like to face. On the other hand, her intentions may indeed have been pure. What if she suffers from a guilty conscience? Hold on. That wasn't an Ixia growling. Did you guys hear that? I heard it through my headset. Nashu, you get away from her. You get away from her, Nashu. Come on. Get down. No, you're being bad. She growled because Nashu's fucking with her. That's why. I know you guys had to have heard it. I heard it. On the other hand, okay. With Leona refusing to face me, the night drags on in silence, my tired arms still clasped by the heavy shackles. Finally, I hear the heavy footsteps of an armored man walking down the stairs with determination. Comrade Leona, I was afraid of what we'd discover while we kept double watch. Wasn't expecting you to be the one who breaks the rules. Although after your display of justice yesterday, one is inclined to expect anything. Did that serpent poison your mind? I came because I could not rest. I couldn't be at peace with myself because I did not trust the witch to guard Rislin. Oh, so now that Ron is here, I have a name. At first, I was merely the prisoner. Kaiser was the one you should not have trusted, Ron. Did you really make a deal with him to watch over me? Okay, you were right because Jania abandoned me. Now, that one. What is going on?
Chewie and Nash are running around.
Oh, now they're running around. No kissing? Listen, you're too late on that ban. Wait, hold on. Is that true, Leona? Have you started forgetting that she has a name? Ron, I caught your fellow citizen Kaiser, whom you trust so much, in a compromising situation. Your new friend was here, hunched over Rislin. My eyes did not deceive me. He was taking advantage of the woman. Kaiser begged me not to tell the truth. There may indeed be unpleasant consequences if I tell Ron how he treated me yet. Well, it's true. Kaiser threatened me and held his knife to my chest. He tried to force me to become his lover. Okay. It's true. Kaiser was touching me without regard for my consent. If Leona hadn't showed up, he would have forced himself on me. Okay, you saw it wrong. Kaiser told me he had come as a guard. We were only talking. It's not your eyes that deceive you, Leona. You were trying to deceive us with your lying tongue. It would be inconvenient for you if we stopped trusting Kaiser. Okay, no more from now on. Well, I don't know. Listen, that was a really steamy kiss. I'm actually really sad that Trevor missed it. But I don't think there's going to be another kiss in this chapter. Okay, he wants me to lie, so I'm going to do this. Kill that lying wretch. Not wretch. Deceiving me the whole time, that filthy traitor. Ron turns toward the distant exit and sheathes his sword. He nervously looks back at me. Kill him in the morning. I can't leave you alone. Never again. No, I didn't want this one. Damn it. Nashu, don't. Nashu. Stop being a naughty shoe. As for you, Leona, all the torture you've inflicted on Rislin, and you appear in her prison with your sword at the ready, there's no excuse for you. Hand over the keys. Leona draws her own sword, stepping back. Her expression is both enraged and panicked. I do not possess the keys. What? Is this another proof of your wicked corruption? Did you lock her in without having the means to release her? Without even thinking of releasing her? Then your presence here further proves it. Your Guardiania followed your orders and disappeared, only to leave the way clear for you. You may not believe me, but none of this was part of my plan. I was in a difficult position myself. At first, I truly believed Rislin would end up on our side. She started running from the test. Everything tumbled down. I did not have a solid plan. I only thought the menace should be removed. There will be a way to release her when help arrives. Seer said that if Leona were to die, he'd give us the keys. Oh no! Oh no! If you agree to release me, the Seer will help us achieve it. No, I don't want to do that one. So basically, is this we kill Leona or we don't? Do I get the option now? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with killing Leona. I'm evil +1? Oh god. Okay, fine, whatever. Die. We can't. What will it be? Would you kill to acquire these, Ron? Ron stares at the demon spawn, his sword arm trembling. I would release her if I could. What do I need to do to earn your forgiveness? It was a question for Ron alone. Still, did Leona just give up? Due to her significant combat experience, she should be more than a fair match for him. Oh, did you say you wish to release Rislin? I do, but not if it means slaying my comrade for your entertainment. Ah, what do you think, Master? The rules are the rules, and we agreed on this a while back. We shouldn't lie to them. Very well. You might put down your sword, male. Whether she meant it or not, your superior has agreed to release our dearest friend, so I shall comply. Our beloved Rislin is being set free. It hasn't been even a full day. That is pretty good for a prisoner inmate and potential murderer. We should all celebrate, except for those who don't quite feel that way. The demon spawn comes closer, the keys jingling in his hand as he walks. He gazes at me with a twisted amusement, and then kneels beside me to unlock my shackles. This never gets old. That grateful look on their faces. My evil laugh? Well, I do some evil laughs. And that's Nashu. She's being a naughty shoe. After I am free and withdrawn far away from the forsaken chains, Ron turns to Leona. You will never obtain my forgiveness. Not even my thanks. Disappear while I can still control myself. Well, I'm glad that the medicine helped. And also, eggs sound good right about now because I had a gummy about an hour and a half ago. Just saying. Getting the munchies. This is the beginning of a beautiful falling out. In any case, the demon spawn yawns, and I wonder if his kind can feel sleepy. If it's a Guys are making me crazy. I'm trying to read. Or if it's a gesture he learned just to annoy us. I'll leave you to your devices. We'll meet again with day's light. If you live to see it. My armor is still on the ground, a short distance from the shackles that used to hold me suspended. I make a move to retrieve it, but as I reach down, Ron's arms grasp me from behind, pulling me into a tight embrace. His head nestles against mine, the bare skin of my back against his chainmail, and his gloved hands wrap around my waist. I know he didn't mean to restrain me and keep me away from my gear, but... I wonder if we're gonna kiss. Should I try and kiss? I don't know. I find comfort in his touch and his acceptance. Does this mean we are still good? It really bothers me. I would, but he doesn't cook. Well, he does, but it's alright. I'll find something. It really bothers me because my heart belongs to Kaiser now. Sorry, guys. I grab his hands and pull them outward so I can get away. I'm sorry. Sorry I couldn't talk to you and that he didn't stop any of this. You wish to get dressed, of course. I didn't try to kiss this guy, okay, BB-10C? I only now realize in yesterday's chaos I lost track of what happened to the black cloak and the arrow belonging to the red-feathered assassin. It's possible Leona took them at some point. I was too distracted to watch out for those. I put my armor back, together with the leather belt that holds my empty sword sheath. I suppose Leona would still have my weapon. Better not be out and about in the night. The others will likely awaken in the morning, so we should not use this time, so we should use this time to rest as well. Now, with you by my side, I am certain to spend a more peaceful night. No, come on! Where's Kaiser? Is it true that what Kaiser told me that you felt sleepy and that's why you let him take the first watch? That he had to persuade you to protect me? Should we keep watch over one another? I would rather that you leave me alone. Yeah, we're going with that one. What are you talking about, laundry detergent sausages? Allow you to be hunted down like Vito was? I won't make the same mistake I made when Leona attacked you. I won't bother you, Rislin. All I ask is to watch over you. No, get out of here. If I die, I die. Oh, no, I'm not gonna have laundry detergent sausages. I insist that you come with me. Rislin, your life is more important than anything. Please understand. Talks about my life, yet he's drawn his sword. He has been on the verge of flying into a rage for some time. I didn't go through all of this to get cut down by Ron. We both need rest, but I'll wake up if anyone tries to sneak up on us. Believe me, no one can take you away in the night like they did with Vita. Also, I will not let you sneak out either. Ron and I make our way up into the darkness of the night. The air is chilly, the stars and moon high in the sky. We walk in silence, the only sound being that of our shoes crunching against the cold, hardened ground. It feels unreal that I am no longer confined. Everyone else should be asleep, and we are here walking freely, perhaps passing them by. We stroll through the village, the peace and tranquility of the night disguising any hint of past violence. It's hard to believe a murder ever happened here. It is only when Ron directs me toward the old house where Vita and I used to rest together that it all comes back to me. Rislin, how did you become a Demonheart? Truth, I haven't killed anyone. I didn't know that what I was eating. Truth, I haven't killed anyone. I witch tricked me. Lie, I haven't killed anyone. I didn't know what I was eating. It's not a tale you would enjoy hearing. I don't want to talk about it. I kind of like this one. That I actually killed someone and ate their heart. Oh, man. Should I go with that one? I don't know. Does it even make a difference? I don't know if it makes a difference in the story. Hmm. I don't remember what I said. I'm scared. Do you remember what I said, baby? It's not a tale you would enjoy hearing. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I haven't killed anyone. I did. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one just because I like it. That's similar to what Vita said? Well, yes, except in my case it's true. I guess so. We're not all villains. No, because I didn't kill any living being. Maybe. Yes, except in my case, I guess so. Well, yeah, it's true. Now you have to live with this curse. I won't let you suffer alone any longer. You should have told me right away, or at least after that demonic seer started talking about it. You should have been with me all along. Me as an alibi, you never get accused of murder. I made a mistake by accompanying Leona. I had a feeling she might do something radical, so I thought being by her side was best for keeping the peace. Others have been so turbulent, Kaiser and Bane. When we met them, they gave off the impression of outlaws. Leona despised them ever since. Yes, I did call Leona a liar. Okay, whatever. Then Vita, may she rest in peace. And then Jania and Lelos. They have grown to be the most suspicious ones. Plenty of individuals here could make Leona lose her nerves. I didn't know you were among them. She may still be trying to serve justice, but she has gone far astray. So has Kaiser. His lack of judgment disappoints me, and his unwanted attentions towards you would rage me. He was Cyril's best friend. I was too young to remember him, but I know it's true. He completely changes when he talks about Cyril. That's why I trusted him. I thought, if he is capable of caring about Cyril, then he must be a decent person deep down, somewhere. He must be capable of helping us. I saw no other allies after Leona turned against us, but that man, while resourceful, may even be worse than the rest of them. I'm sorry that I ever put my trust in that viper. Now you and I are stuck in this hell with a group of despicable individuals. The demon spawn spoke of less slaughter, and I felt every word of it is a real possibility. The solution sounded so simple. Just don't kill anyone. Yet one person is already dead. Well, whoever did it is responsible for more than just Vita's death. Really? That solution is out of reach. We have to prepare for anything. Yeah, we'll do that one. Yes, the one who started this will be responsible for any deaths that follow as well. Who was the selfish monster who did something so terrible without caring about the avalanche of consequences? I don't want to lose you like that night when you were tracking down the red-feathered assassin. How is the wound that Leona caused you? How does the regeneration even work? Well, the wound has been gone for a while. As far as I know, I don't have the fastest regeneration, but it works. I'm exhausted, though. Come, I know this place may be full of memories, but the squeaky door can work to our advantage. We jam the windows so no one can come in that way. The door will warn us of any intruders. Wait, I'm spending the night with him? What? Whatever, stop it. This drink's almost gone. I can hardly believe we are entering that house. The one that used to be mine and Vita's, or at least it felt so at the time. What? Without turning on the lamp, Ron attends to the windows, looking for a way to ensure they remain shut throughout the night. Don't you worry about that. You don't have to worry about anything about drinks. The house is indeed full of memories. The old cabinet where we found some blankets. The lamp Vita turned on the last time we were both here. The cloth on the floor in Jania's note. reminding me of the night when Vita's secret was discovered and she didn't feel like eating. Instinctively, I turn around expecting to see her there. I've never been here at night without her. Just try to relax. I've had a horrible day. I can neither admit nor deny the allegation contained in BB10's statement. Thank you. Just, reaching into my, answer to complaint modes there. Okay. Lie down and try not to think of anything. I'll be here on the floor, between you and any intruders. After my time against the hard, cold wall of the crypt, I miss the comforts of a soft bed. Ron seems fine as he is, settling down on the floor. No, I'm not gonna. BB10 is. Oh my god. Should I ask him to come to bed with me? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe. No, I'm not gonna do that. My heart belongs to Kaiser. It's best if he stays where he is. I hastily remove my armor and slip under the blanket, pulling it over my head. I try to ignore Ron, who's getting ready to sleep on another blanket on the floor. It's dark and warm in my bed. Ron will be listening for intruders. We both will. If we're lucky, no one else knows we are here. I feel like falling asleep any moment. Despite this fatigue, various thoughts and questions race through my mind. Think about Vita and how I miss her. Try to clear my mind. I need to put away my worries. The suspicious individuals I am trapped with. Everything that happened to me. That there might be a cunning murderer among us, or even two of them. The red-feathered assassin and Vita's killer. Or are they one and the same? If I want to be at my best tomorrow, I must forget these thoughts and drift off to sleep. I toss and turn in my bed uncomfortably until I am at last aware of the reason. Light of day has been entering the windows for a while now, and I clung to my dreams, desperately trying to get more rest. I must have slept for too long. It's almost noon, and the others, well, they must have gotten a head start on us. Ron makes it sound like we are competing with the others. Perhaps we are. We'll have to discover if anything happened while we were resting. I throw my legs over the side of the bed. I feel the sickeningly familiar sensation of dried sweat and dirt on my skin. Man, I definitely need a freaking bath. My back must still be stained with old blood from the wound Leona inflicted yesterday, even though my flesh is healed. Dark memories come back, and I recall vividly how I was bound in the crypt, where every moment felt like an eternity. Seeing me wince in discomfort, Ron looks at me with concern. What's wrong? Well, I need a bath. Oh no! Yeah, I need a bath. So you want to freshen up? Of course, I was more worried about if you were okay. Let's make a way over to the river. I desire nothing more than to dive into its crisp waters and let all my cares and worries wash away. I want to go alone. Please don't follow me. Yeah, there we go. I said I would not leave your side. Don't get me wrong, this is about your safety. Fine, you can come, but don't watch me bathe. No, I can take care of myself. When I said please don't follow me, I meant stay the hell away. Fine. Don't watch me. Of course, I wasn't intending to. The scent of fresh water and mud fills my nostrils. A breeze blows over us and brings with it a clean smell of wildflowers. Seems we're alone. Looks safe, so I'll go over there to give you some privacy. I'll be watching in case anyone comes from the settlement. If anything unusual happens, yell out to me. I'll hear you. As he announced, Ron walks a few dozen steps away. I take off my clothes and enter the water, feeling its cold embrace. I dip my head all the way in, letting the coolness wash away the dirt, sweat, blood from my body. When I surface, I notice a small figure standing at the edge of the riverbank, a familiar woman in a short red dress. She appears carefree and almost weightless in her posture. I don't understand how she was able to get past Ron and reach me. Shh! Are you alone? Chudah doesn't seem to be looking at me directly, so I put on some underwear before responding. No, Ron should be just a short distance away. I know! I had to sneak past him. Listen, there are important matters I would discuss with you. Ron is one of them. Wait, what? It's Ron! I can't help but give her a questioning look. Yuna said she released you. It was thanks to Ron, wasn't it? That is all well and good, but... well, your guard boy is a bag of trouble. I feel like you and I have become friends during our little vacation here, so forgive me if I offer an unsolicited opinion. As an expert on romantic relationships, I think I should bring your attention to something. Ron seems like quite a rare young man. I hope you like him. What do you mean? I don't. No! No! I don't like him. I wouldn't wish to be in your place because you've got him at your back like a rabid dog. The boy is unstable. You'll need to handle him with care. Try not to upset him. It's only 4 more days, including today, correct? And yesterday I thought I noticed you watching Kaiser with what seemed like trust? Big mistake. You should stay away from that pig in any case, but especially so if you don't wish to upset Mr. City Guard. As long as Ron is watching over you, you can't be with other men. That's the reality of your situation. I don't know how you got him to follow you around, but his interest in you is obviously something that's been going on for a while. I'm afraid that in such cases, after the jealous guy eliminates his competition, he turns on his lover next. If I were you, I'd be planning how to safely get away from him. You may be right. I've never thought it about that way. Why are you telling me this nonsense? No, you may be right. Then you knew it all along in your heart. Now there is something I've been trying to achieve all morning, for which I'll be collecting ingredients. I have a little theory, but it wouldn't be wise to speak it loudly. She gestures towards the sky, alluding to a presence watching us. Take this. She puts a roll of paper in my hand and continues talking in a whisper. They can see everything, even this. All we can do is hope they aren't watching in a given moment. Read it when you feel it's safe. I'll leave it up to your intuition. Now I'm off to dig for some old jewelry among the ruins. She slips away, sneaking in a wide arch to avoid Ron. She wants me to read her note when I believe the seer and his master are not watching us. But how can I know when that is? Decide to put it aside and get dressed first. When I am done, I take the roll of paper again. It's tempting to read what Chudah wrote, but did she refuse to say it out loud? What if the demon spawn watched her as she was writing it, or listened into our conversation just now? What are the odds we can keep the contents of this letter a secret? She said to trust my intuition, and I say the time is now. The letter contains some short notes in a rushed, messy handwriting. Chudah wrote it quickly and meant for me to read it in a single glance. Magic dampener blocks scrying from Inferno. To question seer without his master listening. If that were possible, Chudah could create a magic item that would prevent the seer's master from watching us. The seer may be more willing to cooperate with us. At least, that's what I think Chudah is hinting at. Does he harbor empathy for us, but doesn't dare show it? Even if he doesn't feel compassion for us, we might find a way to gain his favor and improve everyone's odds of survival. Or is this merely a desperate idea? Need white pearls in demonic blood. The next section of the note is written in complete sentences. It's possible Chudah covered the words she didn't want the master to see before proceeding to write this. A Demonheart's blood would do just as well. I only need a few drops. Since Leona is keeping a close eye on Mr. Elos, and his mobility may be limited, I would ask you to provide the drops of blood. Please, meet me at the graveyard at sunset. I'll try to explain more then, if conditions allow it. P.S. I hate to break it down to you, but Kaisar murdered Vita. Still, Leona is more dangerous. She is planning to kill us all. We should stop her first, then deal with your lanky admirer. Wait, Kaisar killed Vita? What? Jania is sharing plans with me. I'm not too surprised. After all, who else could she rely on? Milos? But does she really believe Kaisar is the killer? And if so, on what basis? Can we really craft an item to grant us a private audience with the seer? And will it change our circumstances? There's only one way to find out. She wants to meet me at the graveyard alone at sunset. But I don't have to go alone. In fact, I wonder if Ron will let me go anywhere on my own. I had a feeling you were done. Sorry for coming back uninvited. If he was going to kill me next, I'd have been dead already. You should have waited for me to come back. That's okay. You should have come while I was still naked. Hey, you managed to miss Jania. She went around you and came to talk to me. No, I just said you should have waited. Of course, I just didn't want to lose you. We walk back toward the ruined houses. Ah, mine children, pray, have you seen our shining star, Jania? Shouldn't you be confined in the storehouse? Nay, that time is long past. As the sun rose, your comrade Leona arrived to release this earthly worm from his confines. I do not wish to keep anyone an easy mark for the hunter among us, since neither of you Demonhearts is admitting to murdering the bandit. Do what you will. None here value my judgment, and I am capable of defending myself from any Demonheart or hunter. It is every man for himself until the royal army arrives to judge you all. She has lost all sense of judgment. This man is still a suspect. Oh yeah, definitely me and other playthroughs. You know I am. Aye, such I am, though I assure thee a murderer I am not. Confusion mars your faces, as the night's turmoil made you miss half the day. Whilst thou slumbered in sweet dreams, someone had plotted our demise. Those of us still breathing and not hidden away have already gathered and broken fast, another courtesy of the virtuous Jania. Yes, Jania, the embodiment of virtue. Seek out the would-be knight at the desolate campsite. Mayhaps there is still food and drink for you, should you accept it from her hands. Rest assured, the sustenance is pure, gathered and prepared by our patron witch. You know where Bane is? Have you seen Kaisar? Yeah, I want to know where Kaisar is. Grab the old man by the shirt. What did you do to Vita? We may as well go. Okay, have you seen Kaisar? Not in the night, for he did not share a dwelling. Or we did not share a dwelling. The royal soldier locked me in solitude within the storehouse of visions, assuming solitude a punishment. Ha! Mine eyes fell upon the shadow in the morn. It sat and ate as if human. What? Sometimes it's difficult to understand Leilos's ramblings. I think he's saying Kaisar ate the food that Jania shared with the others. Do you know where Bane is? Nay, the coward has abandoned us. In truth, he makes a formidable warrior. It puzzles the mind why he would retreat, but as long as the child Jania doesn't shed a tear, it doesn't hurt my heart. Grab the old man. Okay, so we might as well go. Elos, if you are the killer, you won't be able to hurt Rislin. I will never leave her side again. Nay, her time has not yet come. Nor will it. Until a higher power commands it, then no man will have the strength to deny it. Elo staggers away toward the riverbank. Now more than so than yesterday, we will find no clue about Vida, much less any means to escape. How does Jania always manage to find food? I suppose she has extensive knowledge of plants. Sadly, we'll have to face the others if we wish to have sustenance. Not that I long to meet them. We tarry a bit, but eventually decide to walk to the campfire. Jania and Elos also approach the clearing from a different direction. Leona and Kaiser are already there, seated on separate tree stumps and not exchanging a word. Ron watches them with resentment. Kaiser's gaze latches onto me, and he looks up and down my body as if savoring the sight of me. His lips tug upward for a moment before they fall into a scowl as he turns his gaze to Ron. Elos takes a seat beside the librarian like he did before. The old bard stares off into nothingness with an eerie smirk, as if he could see beyond what is happening here and now. Jania beams proudly at a small bundle of pies that is set on a cloth on the ground, likely a product of her gathering and cooking skills. Still, she pouts when her eyes fall to the empty place beside her, where Bane used to sit. I'm feeling hungry again. I can never have enough of the whimsical wildberry wonders. Ugh, I despise sweet pastries. It was bad enough that I had to eat them, but hearing their idiotic name makes them twice as disgusting. What the hell did you use to make the dough? Dirt? They're not my non-friend. He literally called him a non-friend. For in your belly those sweet morsels have transmuted into bitter ash, loathsome as the essence of your being. I'm sorry, Kaiser. I don't have access to the same basic ingredients as your low-life mother, who still cooks for you. Did she just say? Oh my god. Is there any more piss ale? It would go nicely with the whimsical wildberry wonders. No, I have discarded the sinful crate of ale at the bottom of the chasm. Inebriation will not help our cause. Oh no! Oh no, BB-10's gonna be on Leona's side now. However, we have a supply of water that Comrade Ron and I... Leona looks over at Ron with a smile. Her face sours when she sees his blank stare. In any case, let me bring the water. She comes back carrying a crate full of bottles. Each one has its own shape and color. Was it color or odor? I don't know. Oh, this isn't even running on thing. Hold on. Sorry. I gotta get you guys up again here. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Ron gives me a bottle in an attractive shade of pink with a crystal heart-shaped stopper. The water smells like rain. It's a good thing we have the supply. Kaiser starts hanging his flask on his belt when Jania stops him. Oh no, I want that one. The flask Kaiser received has that same heart ornament on top of it, except it is red. Shrugging, he switches with Jania, receiving a more ordinary-looking bottle. Ron's eyes darken with rage as he watches Kaiser sitting carelessly. So, we're supposed to eat and drink together like nothing happened? You're still mourning Vida, of course. Ron stands up and grabs Kaiser by the collar, lifting him off the ground. What? Rislin, did you tell him what we did in the crypt? She told me what you alone did, piece of trash. What you did to her. I don't understand. I thought she enjoyed it. Uh-oh. Oh, Kaiser disapproves! I'm never gonna kiss. I'm never gonna kiss again. Alright, well this could be very bad. I think I saved before then, though. Liar, I wish I didn't have the memory of your knife and your filthy breath on my skin. How dare you? Ron, please let him go. Just don't trust him ever again. What is how dare you? I don't know. There you go. We're gonna do this one. Please, just... Okay, that one. You see? I didn't do anything she didn't ask me to. Kaisar is silenced by Ron's punch in his stomach. Ron pulls him to the side with a force the lanky man can't resist and throws him against the big tree. With a growl of rage, he shoves his fist into the librarian's leather vest. Ugh! Please! Stop! I'll kill you! I'll kill you no matter who you are! Ruslan is scared. You never should have touched her! Uh-oh. I think I fucked up. Shit! The others are aghast as they watch Ron pummel Kaisar. Leona jumps in and attempts to push them apart, but Ron grabs her by the arms and shoves her out of the way so he can keep on punching. Whatever. He clasps his hand around Kaisar's throat and a powerful grip squeezing until he gasps for air. He swings his other arm and strikes Kaisar across the face, sending him crashing to the ground. Kaisar attempts to stand up, but Ron kicks his legs out from underneath him. It hurts. It will break my bones. Please, no more! Ron towers over him and grabs him by the collar, lifting him off the ground to deliver another flurry of punches, then drops him in a heap on the grass. Kaisar lies crumpled, moaning in pain and completely helpless. With an exasperated sigh, Ron stops, wiping his forehead from the sweat. Kaisar lies groaning, but no one wants or dares to come and try to help him. Weakly, he glances around as if disoriented by pain and misery. Ron glares down at him, breathing heavily. Now you've got more bruises to prove you're not a Demonheart, piece of trash. Get out of my sight! Kaisar struggles to his feet, his body bent over and an arm clutching his stomach. Limps toward the water bottle he must have dropped when Ron grabbed him. Picking it up off the ground, he creeps away, never looking back. The others remain in stunned silence as they watch him stagger, his shoulders hunched, head bowed. Leona quietly steps forward and places her hand on Ron's shoulder. That was too much. Ron shoves her away. Leave me alone! How are you any better than him? You will destroy all of your friendships over this woman, both the old ones and the new. Friends are meant to support each other, and you made an attempt on the life of my... It's too late, Leona. Leona gives Ron a wounded look. Her face is pale and her body is tense, her eyes pleading for understanding that won't come. Let us end this charade. She walks away, her armored heels pounding against the dusty ground. Oh, goodness. It's best not to provoke certain individuals. Since everyone is dispersing, I guess our friendly reunion is over. If it ever was one. I'll go search for some ingredients. She winks at me, a reminder of her note. Judging by the look of her, she's confident she'll find everything she needs for the magic item she intends to craft. I trust we'll be seeing each other? So, damn it! BB10, this is the worst. I don't think I'm gonna be able to kiss that Kaisar after this. Damn it. Nod, her plan can save everyone. I nod, I should find out what she's up to. I smile at her. I am not convinced of the purity of her heart, and if she is foolish enough to meet me alone, it'll be her fault when I add her heart's power to my own. Oh no, I'm just gonna... I nod, her plan can save everyone. Milos is the only one left besides Ron and me. Ron squints his eyes at the old bard who sits obliviously, using a twig to draw pictures in the dirt. So, you confessed to being a Demonheart. Aye, so I did. Ron glares at him pensively. If Helios, why did you only confess at the end of yesterday's trial? Out of fear? 'Twas fear that held me from confessing. Terror when we witnessed our royal soldiers' capacity for wickedness. There's something suspicious about him. Pray, how would you have me prove myself? Did our infernal patron not name us all sinners? My likeness is not that of a saint in the first place. What about you, Crow City Guard? What is your sin that no one has a sliver of a clue? Rislin is a Demonheart, and I am her friend. There is no sin. I must have been brought along because of her. And the Raven Maid is to blame. If only you had never met her, you would be living the bliss of your own life, far from this nightmare. Does it not stir rage in your soul? Helios, do the test of honor for us. Mercy of minstrels, a test is unnecessary when one freely admits to being the foulest example of humanity. But are you a Demonheart? As surely as the ever-approaching darkness of night. He's lying. I think he's lying. Alas, the royal one took my dagger. I see our Raven finds herself without her weapon as well. Use mine. Helios rubs his palm on the long sleeve of his coat. Looks like he's preparing to do it. He holds Ron's blade with one hand and pulls the other over it. He shows us a thin scratch on his palm. He must not have pressed very hard, but it shouldn't matter. I want to see his skin heal within moments. Helios pulls his hand away, the wound disappearing from our view. In the time it takes me to dedicate you a song, this pesky mark shall become history. He takes his lute in his hands. Something else captivates our attention. The wind rustles the trees, and I shudder at the sudden chill. I look up, and there he is. Our mystical overseer has appeared out of the greenery. He comes to us on his hooves and takes the seat across from me, on the other side of the dormant campfire. His long cloak spills onto the dirt. His dark hood falls over his eyes. His form is almost still, yet his arrow-headed tail breaks free from beneath the fabric, fluttering left and right. It smells faintly of ash and smoke, of burning embers, like something ancient and unfathomable. I'm gonna watch him. Despite all the fear and uncertainty that creeps into my mind, I cannot look away. The seer's fingers are long and delicate, but his claws look like they could rip flesh from bones. Of course, he might not need to use his claws. He is gifted with magic. What a lovely gathering! Have you young humans come to hear the tales of an old demon worshipper? Or do you seek his blessing in marriage? The demon spawn laughs wickedly. No, Rislin. This one wouldn't be your first choice, would he? He intended to interrogate the deceiver along with the rest of them. Sadly, they always lie and beat around the bush. This gauntlet wouldn't be half as entertaining if everyone spoke the truth and engaged in open combat. Do not underestimate my skill in finding worthy individuals for the challenge. As the seer gestures with his hands, I hear the sound of clinking chains. I shiver from the memory of shackles around my arms. But then I notice something about him. He's wearing shackles, too, although the chains hang from them loosely. What is the meaning of that stare? Can't a demon spawn sit down and chat? Why do you wear shackles? They are a symbol of servitude. Chains are torn. I have earned my freedom. Then why do you still wear them? As a reminder of a past to be avoided. What, Big Bros? Yeah. Too many abs? When you lay your eyes on these, remember, we cannot escape ourselves. Well, that does happen from time to time. The demon spawn chuckles, giving Elos an amused look. What were you doing before my arrival? I don't think this is harem. And I don't think I'm kissing anybody else this stream, damn it. This earthly worm was about to prove to his friends, these children, the filth of his demonic heart. Ah, and how did you intend to do that? Behold. He presents his open palm to us. The scratch truly vanished, although he was holding his lute, so we weren't watching as it happened. Such wicked children, attacking an elderly man who already confessed to carrying the blighted burden. So it's true, and it is likely he is Vita's murderer. Either him or Bane or Jania. Did Jania even take the test? Are you losing track already? Her fleeting paramour is to blame. 'Twas either him or Ron's arrival, the cunning rat. Forget not, the pure-hearted may also kill and quell hearts. But according to the seer, Vita wasn't killed by someone who was still pure-hearted. True. I'm sorry, Master. Oh, he isn't watching. No matter, he will come back at any moment. It's his show, after all. Patron, would you share songs and tales of your past adventures? My adventures are too many for you mortals to bear. I would rather that you entertain me. The bird sighs and chuckles, amused that the seer didn't take the bait, but content nonetheless. Ron shifts and takes a seat next to me on the large log. We observe the old bard. His long gray hair spills over his garb, and his hands move slowly and with purpose, reaching for his lute once more. He begins to play a sad but hopeful tune. His hands settle into the rhythm of the song effortlessly, as if it was a part of him. The bard's song intertwines with the wind rustling through the leaves. I realize Elos is playing with his eyes closed. The seer watches him with an unreadable expression. I don't think he... Look, it could be Jania. It could... You know what? It could be any of them. Don't even start. The beautiful melody almost lulls me into a peaceful trance, but I'm brought back to reality when I feel warmth at my side. It is Ron. He has slowly edged closer to me. Oh boy. Suddenly shift away from him. I never learned to play any instruments. It proves challenging for one with claws. Sometimes I sing when I'm alone in my infernal lair, though I have been avoiding it ever since Miss Erzbet attacked me mid-performance. It was a rather unique song. Miss Erzbet, a feline, or a slave, mayhaps? Both, really. She was my slave as I was hers. You still haven't brought any of your Demonheart cats to this little town, have you? Do you still claim there are 3 human Demonhearts among us? Firstly, you lot are quite insatiable in your demands. Can't we have a friendly conversation without you asking for favors? Secondly, I would never expose Miss Cornelia or any of my former cats to you barbarians. It's cats! It's the name of his cats. The Demonheart. The what's his name? It's not a Demonheart. Demon Spawn. The Demon Spawn has cats for pets. We know of a few brave adventurers who would gladly make a meal of such felines. My pet is safely hidden in Inferno. Where are we? What is this town? It is a place where the accursed come to perish. A desolate settlement nestled in the mountains where the residents developed peculiar beliefs, which ultimately led to their downfall. Why did we never hear about such a place in our kingdom? Because the souls within were not worth the king's breath. Why admit his failures? Why raise panic among the common folk? People don't need to know what doesn't concern them, or what might incite a rebellion against the crown. What did they believe that resulted in their deaths? The settlement sheltered a Demonheart once. They revered this townsman and kept him hidden for the king. From the king, but not from each other. Like many, they also believed certain wicked tales about the royal family. But that was not all. They believed the royal family were an evil force, an enemy of their own people that had to be stopped. So, one day they all disappeared. Please do not look too hard into the chasm below. How did the king learn of the treason? Why did you say people come here to perish? Does this mean Leona knows about the royal family's real nature? Oh yeah, she actually went down there. Decide for yourselves. Are their remains still there? They would be skeletons by now. Crushed bones or what have you. How convenient for the royal the royal army that there is always such a thick mist in the area. How did the king learn of their treason? Through the bane of every harmonious small community. Outside visitors. A woman came one day and was received with the warmth and love only these poor souls knew. She drank their wine and ate their food, learned their secrets, and drove a dagger through their unsuspecting backs. There's always a traitor who ruins it all. For what? But such is the fate of small mortals. Why did you say people come here to perish? It was not me, stop it! The existence of this town is meant to fall into oblivion, or at least that is the royal family's design. Anyone who discovers too much is also disposed of. You may have noticed the houses are cleaned of any meaningful objects. That was largely not my doing, but your royal army's. Guess there's nothing else. Shirmire is my favorite country. So much drama. Such a delightful collection of worthless, arrogant individuals. And they are highly involved with the Infernal. Rislin, let us talk about Vita, our instigator of trouble, and the first to die. Did you know she snuck out one night and found a stash of something quite familiar and interesting to you? Why did you do that while we were supposed to sleep in the same house? And which night did she sneak out? Well, I don't know. Whatever. Indeed, she was quite the mischievous devil. Oops. Now I can't see you guys. Come on. Why is this? Hold on. Okay, finally I'm seeing my stream. Okay, there we go. I'm not a traitor, stop it! What she found was... a red mist surges from the demon spawn's clawed fingers, curling into lines and shapes. Oh no! Not one of these! Oh no. Okay, let's see. Freshwater Road. No! Alright, what did she find? I can't think. Let's see. Oh, I know what it was. 2 red feathers. That's what it is. This is easy. Because or red arrows. 2 red. Yeah. Oh. Is there not another T? 2 red feathers. No, I guess that's wrong. Well, I think arrow was one of them. Oh, no, it's okay, yeah. It's red feathered arrows. Okay, hold on. My brain isn't mush, stop it. I got it. 2 red. Two feathered arrows. It's just feathered. Okay. Oh man, come on. Stop messing up. Alright, 2 feathered arrows. Okay. Indeed, no more questions now. I enjoy confusing you. Vida find my arrows? That couldn't be it. They were still there after she died. Even if she saw them, what difference does it make? What about the one we found at the graveyard? Was that one of the arrows Vida found? Did she put it there? How many of the red-feathered assassin's arrows ended up in the village? This is too many. Either the seer stole the entire quiver to mess with our brains, or that person. Has been here all along. As if I needed more trouble. Well, if we've both been here and the assassin hasn't killed me a second time, have they murdered anyone else? Perhaps Vida. Would be useful if we could locate those arrows. Why did Vida have to be the one to find them? Maybe she was the assassin. I don't know. What would we do with the arrows, though? I don't know. Could she have been the assassin? I don't know. No. What would we do with the arrows? You could prevent them from falling into the wrong hands, for one. Also, ranged weapons could give us a good advantage. Advantage against the others? Everything the demon spawn did so far has only served to hurt us. What matters is who is on our side, not where the assassin is or who they are. Ron was the leader of the search party. Now he talks like this. Ron, do you know who it is? Ron, is it you? I confess it was me all along. No. Is it you? I wish. My, the day is getting dull. How about we ask the bard to entertain us? It would be a grand honor. I heard a strange story when I was a child. I think it originated in Ravage. Have you ever heard of the Unicorn Prince? Of course! The unholy unicorn is a sacred legend in Ravage, or at least it used to be while its people still lived. Ah, a fairy tale? It's not quite what I had in mind. Nay, my patron, 'tis a tale of a monstrous abomination cursed with unlife much like an overaged Demonheart. Gather round, lost souls, for a tale of love and treachery in the lands of old. Let me spin the yarn of Bright, the Demonheart, rogan of her beloved Mark, whose fates intertwined in a forest north of Ravage. Wait. Oh, so he's gonna sing about the first game. I'm not gonna sing these words, but I will read them. It was a time when enchantment danced in the air and legends were forged in the crucible of adventure. While Elos tells the tale, Ron reaches for the pies Jania prepared. Whimsical wonders or some such. Ron shares them with me and we start eating. In the outskirts of Ravage, where the wild plains stretched endlessly, Bright and Mark stumbled upon a hidden grove. A glimmer caught her eyes, drawing them closer to a mythical creature, a radiant white horse, its forehead graced with an iridescent horn. Its ivory coat shimmered under the moonlight, and its mane cascaded like liquid starlight. The creature spoke within their minds with a soothing, noble voice, naming itself the Unicorn Prince. Driven by a shared longing for the boundless freedom promised by the beast, Bright and Mark approached the majestic creature. They dared to believe that their love could be encapsulated in a single ride into the sunset, perched upon the back of his magical being. But fate can be a cunning trickster, for the Unicorn Prince harbored a dark secret. As the sun dipped neath the horizon, the unicorn revealed its true nature, a creature trapped in an eternal cycle of undeath, bound by ancient sorcery. With a blood-chilling snarl, the undead unicorn turned upon its unsuspecting riders. Its once luminous eyes gleamed with malevolence, and its hooves pounded the earth with relentless fury. Love's embrace turned into a battle for survival, as the couple fought to protect one another against the cursed beast. Bright, with her fiery spirit, called upon her demonic gift of speed. She sliced and cut at the beast's rotten bones and tendons to prevent it from running them over. Mark, armed with courage and a love that knew no bounds, fought beside her with unwavering determination. Together they waged war against the undead creature, their love a shield against the encroaching darkness. Amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged, a shard of sunlight piercing through the stormy skies. Drawing upon the resilience of their love, Bright and Mark struck a decisive blow. Thus they severed the magic chains that bound the unicorn to its undead state. A radiant light bathed the scene as Unicorn Prince's spirit, liberated, ascended to the realm beyond, a bittersweet victory. And so the tale of Bright the Demonheart and her valiant Mark became a legend whispered in the taverns of the South and beyond. A story not only of a grotesque abomination, but also about love that triumphs over the darkest of nights. Of course, some claimed it did not happen so at all. Instead, brave Mark was impaled on the unholy horn, infesting his body with the deadly venom of which he perished. In her despair, Bright became the concubine of the black-hearted knight of Sir Brash of Scarecewall. Some say she bore his babes, conceived upon the altar of creation. I know you're gonna be freaking out. Don't say lewd. Haven't you heard the version in which Bright was the faithful lover to a demon spawn? Of course, the young Braze, son of the powerful healer witch Orchid. They say Bright taught him every secret of life in his mother's stead, and when the boy grew, he taught her about the finer sides of a demon spawn's anatomy. We mustn't forget the tale of Dorius, the weakest and most envious of all the demon spawns. He desperately vied for Bright's attentions. He resorted to spying and blackmail and forced the unwilling maid to endure his presence. Yet his magic was so weak that Bright was able to escape and save herself. Who was spreading those tales? It was likely the Serpents Guild, spying on the fair Bright and receiving coin for their slime-drenched information. Some followers of the church also claimed she had crossed their faith and made herself an enemy. Plenty were those who attempted to spy on the rogue. Bright was my pet! Mine! Excuse me? Is this tale about a cattle all along? Then how did she ride the unicorn? Run! You're not really following along, are you, buddy? I've had enough of you mortals and your worthless company. To think I've wasted my time and reduced myself to sitting beside you. What? Esther? No, I even missed! I missed! How could I? Bright and brash, was it? I want all of you to feel the despair of a world where you cannot rely on anyone. Well, shit. Bright just fucked it up for the rest of us. As we stare in surprise at the seer's sudden departure, the wind intensifies. It turns into a ferocious gale that rips leaves from their branches and breaks twigs in half. Heavy raindrops pour down, turning every surface into a small stream. Come, we'll just take shelter in Leona's house. We retreat toward the old cottage, Ron leading the way and Elos trailing slowly behind us. We find the door unlocked, and Ron mentions that they never were able to lock it. There are holes in the roof so the rain penetrates inside, but there are places to take shelter and remain dry. The sound of thunder ring in the... God, it's loud! Ring in the distance, only flashes of lightning illuminating the dark interior. Thankfully, it doesn't last long. The storm dies down, and we realize it's safe to go out again. Before we leave, Ron rummages through the clutter and rot in the cottage, retrieving his long object wrapped in a musty fabric. Here it is. Your sword. Lo, yonder lies mine own trusty tool beside it. In the same wrapping, we see a dagger. So this is where Leona kept the weapons she confiscated. However, I don't see the red feathered arrow that I also carried with me when she imprisoned me. Where is the arrow? Leona must have hidden it somewhere else, along with that cloak. Those things could be used as evidence once we reunite with the other agents of the law. There's a lot of mess in that house. Rosalind can have her weapon back, but you can't, Mr. Elos. Alas, what shall I use to flay the skin off of fruits? Use your creativity. Ron hangs Elos's knife at the back of his belt. The rain darkening the sky, I'm not sure when the sunset arrived. I was supposed to meet Jania. I have to go. Wait, where? Don't go without me. Draw the sword he just gave me. Don't try to follow me. Okay, can you trust me for once? Alright, come with me. I won't get in trouble. No, don't call me. Rosalind, is this how you repay me? He drops his head in disappointment, but doesn't move when I start walking away. What do you mean, oh my god? Come on. He's trying... Oh, this guy just won't leave me alone. Okay. I arrive at the graveyard, my boots sinking deep into the muddy ground. Sad tombstones are wet from the rain, glistening in the pale light. The place is barren, unnervingly still. The air is damp with the smell of rain and mud, mixing with the rotting foliage and evaporating puddles. I look around, searching for a flash of Jania's mischievous locks or a glimpse of her red dress. I call out her name, but the only response is the sound of the wind rustling through the damp and withering blades of grass. I should avoid drawing attention to myself. It looks like Jania isn't here, or she doesn't want to be found. The crypt is my final option before I give up. I move through the dark hallway downstairs toward the only illuminated area. Cautiously, I call out to Jania. My voice echoes in the darkness. It feels like I'm alone. 3 Demonhearts. The mysterious red letters that had been present throughout last night have disappeared. I got so used to reading those words. What's the meaning of this? Are there no longer 3 of us? Our captors must be toying with us, a cruel and familiar game. When the seer presented us with another one of those riddles at the campfire, did that have anything to do with the words disappearing from the dungeon? Or... No, I even missed. I missed! Why are those words gone? Maybe the seer could only maintain one such riddle, causing the previous one to fade. No, it might mean the number of demon hearts has changed. They definitely did this. No. He said he missed. What if the seer is the red feathered assassin and he shot at a demon heart and got it in the heart? Oh no. It might mean the number of demon hearts has changed. On top of that, Jania didn't come to meet me. This seemed quite important to her. Why would she not show up? Did the rain stop her from coming? While I consider this, my eyes catch a glimpse of a towering figure in the distance. It's Bane. Bane approaches, his footsteps heavy and his head lowered. His dark eyes burn into me. Where's my woman milk drinker? With every word he speaks, he takes a step closer, each one feeling like a tremor beneath my feet. What have you done with her? How did you know I was supposed to meet Jania? Nothing? Did you do anything to her? Why did you run away? I don't know. Nothing. Did you do anything to him?
Strike you down for even asking such a question.
I don't know why she's not here. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. Wait, how did you know I was supposed to meet Jania? Bane hesitates to respond.
She told me. She left me a message. Yes, great Raven Girl. Jania and I have been in contact all along.
Well, then why did you run away?
I'm not here to answer your questions. Where's Jania?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
I will comb every inch of this place. If I find out you've laid one finger on her, you'll wish you were never born.
After checking the area one more time, Bane reluctantly agrees to look for Jania elsewhere. Though he is somewhat willing to talk, he completely shuts down when I bring up the question of the 3 Demonhearts. As we make our way back to the ruined town, we stumble upon Ron. Taken aback at the state of Bane, he wants to know what happened, so I fill him in on it. Crumbling ruins of what were once homes stare at us with hollow eyes, broken doors, and windows gaping like jagged wounds. Part of me longs to reach out to the others, to find a sense of community, but another part of me can't help but feel scared. Who can I really trust? Jania promised to meet me but never arrived. I don't really wish to see Leona after everything that happened. Now Bane is back. What does he want other than to find Jania? And on the wet street ahead of us, I spot something that wasn't there before. A large purple lump of... No, it was Kaiser! No, Kaiser's dead. Oh, am I gonna kiss him now? A large purple lump of a body sprawled in the mud. It's Kaiser. I race forward, my heart pounding in my chest. Stop. My stomach twists as he comes into focus. Is he dead? Did someone take his life, or did he get collapsed from the beating Ron gave him? Ron's eyes widen in horror, as if consumed with guilt. The street seems darker and colder as the weight of my responsibility sinks in. When we get closer, we see that Kaiser is trembling, a sign that he is still alive. His breathing is labored, each breath seeming to take all of his strength. Shivers from the rain that has soaked him to the bone. Or could there be another reason for his tremors? Pain? Fear? Why are you so violent, BB10? His brown hair is a wild tangle, and his damp pants and suit are smeared with grass and soil. Kaiser's trembling hand reaches out, desperately clawing at the mud in an attempt to move forward, but it seems impossible.
Wretched rat! Someone must have done this to him!
Kaiser slowly lifts his gaze from the ground, then winces as though in pain. Did someone beat him up again? Even worse than Ron did? He stares up at me with a pathetic, broken gaze, unable to speak. Despite all the hurt he caused me, my heart sinks for him.
Poisoned. You saying someone poisoned you? Or is this another one of your tricks, traitor?
So these are not merely the after effects of Ron's beating? What happened? Please tell us everything you know, everything you can. Who could have done this? We have to help him. What do we do? Well, that makes sense. There's more than one person here sick of looking at your lying rat face. God, no. We have to help him. What do we do? Kaiser's face is contracted from pain and exhaustion, but his eyes don't look right. He seems barely conscious.
If you've identified the symptoms of the poison, do you know how to treat it? Don't try to move anymore. Just focus on telling us how we can assist you.
I don't know. Must I do everything on my own? You damned. Seems like he won't be able to give us any more answers.
Let's take him someplace dry. Unless any of you good kids happen to know about poisoning. Jania's the one we should ask.
Bane looks impatient.
The old man might be a good bet. The two of you truly care about saving that pathetic rodent.
What do you mean why I do this? We gotta save Kaiser so that I can kiss him. I mean, is that logic not obvious? I mean, it's very logical. If Kaiser's dead, I'm not gonna kiss him. And I don't even go that way. There's just no way. But if he's alive, I can kiss him. So, the logic is absolutely sound. Okay. Okay. Given how he's been making enemies left and right, it was only a matter of time before someone tried to kill him. So, to simply abandon him, regardless of how much he deserves it, we shouldn't outright leave someone to die. Bane scoops Kaiser up from the ground like an empty sack and hoists him onto his shoulder. His arms barely waver and his breathing is steady despite the weight of the man on his back. With a determined nod, he starts walking right toward my house. Bane kicks the door open and brings Kaiser in. He throws Kaiser on the bed, not caring that he's leaving muddy trails. The sheets will dry eventually, and everything else in this home is already filthy beyond repair. Bane rummages through the librarian's belongings. He removes the water bottle from Kaiser's belt and examines it closely. It is now half empty. Hold on! Wasn't that body originally given to somebody else and Kaiser swapped it? Who got that instead? Wasn't it Jania? I don't know. Was the venom he consumed in here? Kaiser is unconscious and unable to answer. I used to know some who dealt with such petty methods of killing. It is a woman's way. Wait! Hold on! It was not you! What's going on?
What?
What's going on? Are you drinking the rest of the 7-Up?
No.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on, go on. Okay. Alright, let's continue this. No, he's drinking scotch. Suddenly, he freezes in place, his expression turning into a snarl. Surely he wouldn't want us to suspect Jania. It must be it. Kaiser only finished half the bottle. Had he drunk more, it would have been the end of him. I don't see what else it could be. I doubt he decided to snack on some poisonous forest plants. He wasn't the only one who ate the food Jania prepared. He wasn't big on eating anyway, as evidenced by his slender frame. Not all venoms are drunk or eaten. Some may be coated on a weapon or inhaled. It seemed he was telling us he consumed it. Leona distributed the water bottles to the rest of us. Ron and I have already drunk from ours. I did not see Kaiser drink. He must have done it after he left. But his bottle was not the one they originally gave him. Oh no, I want that one. He shrugged and switched with Jania. Was the poison in the ordinary bottle meant for Jania? This is all assuming Leona knew which bottle contained poison. But if so, why didn't she stop Kaiser from making the switch? I don't know. Hold on. Something else. Well, number one, I think Ray's is the red-feathered assassin. But, consider Leona's reasons for poisoning Jania. Leona was unlikely to use poison. There are others who are more deceitful and cunning. I think the poison was intended for Kaiser all along. If she stopped him, she would have given away her plans. I don't know. The demon spawn. The demon guy. You know, the red guy with his chest and abs? That guy. I think the poison was intended. No, Leona was unlikely to use poison. There are others who are. I think that's more likely. Jania and Elos were both sitting close to Kaisar, and either one of them might possess sufficient knowledge of poisons to pull this off. Elos could have used the chance while Ron was beating up Kaisar, and Jania, she held Kaisar's water bottle in her hands before switching with him. She also had access to it later at the same time as Elos. Elos once told me about some poisonous tree roots in the graveyard, but why would he say that, only to use it as a murder weapon later? Within these ancient roots lives a cursed liquid brimming to emerge. Oh no, it's this guy. Let me take a sip and then I'll do his old man voice. It's starting to make my throat a little raspy. Within these oh my god, that's strong. Within these ancient roots lives a cursed liquid brimming to emerge. It's also possible that something happened to Kaisar's water after the group dispersed. I don't know if he meant anyone after that, or if someone snuck up on him and somehow slipped the poison in. I said I would kill him. I gave up on that. I know. It was quite disturbing what you did, but I get it. If you wanted to kill him, you could have done it then and there. You took the beating too far. You didn't have the time to poison him. You were hounding me all day long. You definitely took the beating too far. I didn't want to kill him. I didn't want him to end up in this state. We should look for a way to help Kaisar. He's not stupid. He could help us find the perpetrator. Only he could talk. Should definitely do something. I don't want to help him though. As much as I dislike him, I don't want him to die. No, we need to help him. What? What is your problem? What is your major malfunction? I'm helping Kaisar. I don't want him to die. Besides, we already kissed once. I mean, we got a thing. Should definitely do something. None of us are capable of assisting him. When I find Jania, I will seek her help on his behalf. I've done what I could for this louse. Now I must find my witch. Except she's probably dead. Let's check if Elos is in the storehouse. It's nearby, so it's worth a try. Man. I don't think there's any 7-Up in that drink. Ron and I approach the mysterious building where Elos has resided for the past few days. The stone door is shut tight, so we knock on it. An eerie silence follows our knocks. Finally, the old man's voice echoes from within, deep and hollow, full of pain. Flee, unwelcome visitors, my dearest Jania, fair and noble, has vanished from sight. Leave me be, for I wish not to entertain anyone. Be gone, I say. Mr. Elos, Kaisar has been poisoned. We need an antidote. Do you know of any possible remedies? Nay, dark shadow, to the shadows! Begone, creatures of the night! She has left me to languish in the abyss. Ron pounds on the heavy door, but we receive no other response. Reluctantly, we back away. Elos once told us about a deadly liquid from a tree's root. Why is he being so uncooperative? He must know something. Is he truly so worried about Jania? I don't know. Why is he acting as if he's grieving for her? I believe he is, even if he knows something about antidotes. He can't tell us now. It's all a lie. He's the prisoner. Of course he wouldn't help us. No, I think he's grieving for her. He knows she's dead. Meanwhile, Bane is probably turning every stone in search of her. I understand that, but why this behavior from Elos indeed? He's not even searching. There's a strange and suspicious dynamic between the three of them. What is it about Jania? I don't see it. She was the other Demonheart, wasn't she? She definitely was. Did you just see how sweet and beautiful she is? Please, her attributes are right there in the open. Oh my God. She seems like a good match for Bane, but the old man's interest in her is disturbing. Neither do I. There is something very wrong about Jania. I don't know. She's sweet and beautiful. We'll just say that.
Not my type. I find her rather strange. At any rate, we should continue looking for her, for Kaiser's sake. We spent what felt like hours searching for Jania. All we encountered was Bane, frustrated and suspicious as he also searched for her. Neither Leona nor Jania were anywhere to be found.
I didn't do the lewd answer. I did the, I don't know, she's just sweet. Seriously, if she was a Demonheart and they got her heart, she's just dust now.
There was always a possibility we missed them because they were moving as well, but truth be told, no one was too concerned about Leona. Realizing Karizar was left for far too long, without a guard, we agreed to return to my house. Ron trails alongside me, and Bane, not knowing where else to go, follows us. It's unsettling to think we all need guards in this place now. To everyone's surprise, we find Leona standing beside Kaizar's bed. Her hands are resting on the hilt of her sword. There's no telling what she was planning to do, but it doesn't look like she was going to attack him in this instant. Kaizar's eyes are open, barely able to focus on Leona.
You! At last you appear. Tell me, royal soldier, where is my witch?
Ha! Did you all join forces against me? Ron? Rislin? Have you welcomed this ruthless villain into your group? First you adopted a serpent, and when it inevitably turned on you, you tried your luck with an openly evil butcher. Meanwhile, your old pet turned on itself and consumed its own toxic venom.
Are you responsible for this as well?
I have only just learned of the man's condition.
Tell us, Kaizar. Is she acting as a threat?
Kaizar lets out a pained chuckle. Always. Those are merely his personal opinions. I have no doubt that this former librarian is hiding something from the authorities, leading him to perceive me as a danger.
Unless you know of an antidote, you are not welcome here.
Rejected, Leona storms out.
Why did it have to be her? Why did we not find Jania?
No. Elos seems to believe she died. Maybe Elos is hiding her in that building. We'll find her. It'll be alright. You know what? Should I just kind of let him know? I mean, do you think he'll go crazy if I say that I think Elos thinks she's dead? Oh boy. This isn't good. But we're going with it.
That old worm! She believed him! I'll break down his damned shelter and his lying bones.
I think that door is pretty strong, even for you. Besides, it's unlikely Elos would harm her.
We don't know why he was saying those things. He seemed shaken and he wouldn't let us in.
Kaizar's tired eyes follow us as we walk, or talk. This might be a sign of recovery.
Rislin and I can't afford to keep searching for Jania. I would advise you to rest as well, Bane.
Although, as we've just seen, it is not safe to leave Kaizar alone. Leona might come over to slit his throat and lay the blame on Elos or Jania. We should appoint someone to stay here, for his safety, and also in case he needs something.
I'll do it. Come on, I'll do it. I'll stay. This has become my home after all. Yeah, definitely.
You? Alone? No. In that case, I should stay as well. Make a deal amongst yourself. I must continue my search.
When I say I will stay, I mean alone. Is that so hard to understand, Ron? Please leave me alone with Kaizar. On second thought, Ron should stay here. It's too crowded if we both stay, so I'll just go somewhere else. No, if anyone should stay, it's Bane. Ron and I should stick together. What? Why are you laughing? Nope. I will stay.
Rislin, why would you want to stay with Kaizar? You absolutely don't need to do that. And besides, it can be seen as...
Ron shakes his head and leaves without another word. Payne snorts.
Are you a dedicated fan, or are you trying to investigate him? Either way, he is no threat in his current state. Now it becomes your problem.
Alone with Kaisar, I can't shake a feeling of dread that has come over me. He is lying on my bed. If he weren't poisoned, things would be different. With this being the case, I have to make sure he makes it. I need to keep... yeah, I think he's gotta make it. No, BB-10... You know what? Fine. Disapprove all you want. I don't care. I decide to evaluate him for potential injuries. Taking off his wetsuit seems so daunting, but it needs to be done. Next is his black leather vest, which a librarian might need for unknown reasons. As I reach out to undress him, the image of him touching me with his dagger in the dungeon flashes before my eyes. I force myself to remember why am I doing this. His well-being. Trembling fingers, I unlace his black vest. Yes! CG! No, Matt Newey, you're leaving just as we're getting to the good stuff. Alright, I'll see you later, Matt Newey. I unbuttoned his white shirt underneath, revealing his skin, which is surprisingly smooth and warm to the touch. As I search for any bruises or wounds underneath, I expect him to wake up at any moment and catch me in the act. Kaisar's chest rises and falls slowly, and in the lamp's light, I see bruises on his skin from Ron's earlier punches. They're not doing anything. He's sleeping. She's just checking for injuries. She's just being a good partner. I don't know. There's no sign of recovery, even though it's been hours. He couldn't be a Demonheart. So, he is a pure human. And I am a corrupt, filthy Demonheart. His skin is smooth and soft like that of a coddled aristocrat, but underneath his body is lean and taut, a telltale sign of physical labor. A respectable librarian from the Great Library of Crows. I wonder what his side job was. Somehow, he was able to craft a comfortable life for himself despite coming from the slums. And after all that effort, here he is, lying helpless and torn from the rest of the world. I wonder if he has anyone back home who he misses. Or who misses him. What am I doing here with him? Will things work out in the end, despite all the odds stacked against us? As these thoughts flash through my mind, my hand reaches out to touch his forehead. Kaisar stirs, his eyes slowly opening. It takes him a moment to focus on my features. When he recognizes me, he smiles slightly. I never saw him like this before. So relaxed, so sincere. Must be the poison's intoxicating effect. He probably doesn't even remember where we are or that someone is hunting us. Yet for some strange reason, holding him here in my arms fills me with comfort. He is alive and slowly getting better. How fortunate that he didn't finish that accursed water bottle. No, I'm not killing him. Look, we're finally getting to the underneath that scumbag exterior, to the gooey goodness on the inside. For someone like him, a mere mortal, a pure-hearted human, one life is all he has. And I think he feels safe with me. No. Despite all that has happened thus far, somehow he has found his way into my arms, and at least for now, there isn't any place I would rather be. Aww. They hugging. They're not even kissing, BB-10. They're just hugging. Ooh, Seer's point of view. At last, all that prodding has resulted in blood and ash. You've had quite the eventful day, haven't you, oh esteemed master? Regrettably, I missed the main event. All because you wasted your time with the repulsive old bard and two juvenile fools, spinning tales about around a dead fire. How thrilling. That would not be my choice of words. One of those youths is a Demonheart. Certainly, Rislin could use more cold logic in her approach to life, but don't pretend you've never spent time with the likes of her. Oh, how you cling to these insignificant beings. Do not forget our rules. Showing favoritism is strictly forbidden. It would spoil all of my delightful amusements. Fear not, Esmius. Nothing will hinder your twisted amusement. These mortals are headed toward their certain doom.